Hello all, welcome to Smart Classes. As I told you in the last video, we will be discussing the Telangana armed struggle, the important events and the dates during the armed struggle. In the last class, we have discussed about the causes of the Telangana armed struggle and the events which have enlightened farmers and the formation of Communist Party helping farmers to get their land to get their investments back and distribution of land from Doras to the common people. So basically, here's the timeline. We have the armed struggle starting from July 4th, 1946 to October 22nd, 1951. So initially, as we have discussed in the last class, death of Kumaraya was one of the reasons where communists helped the Kumaraya in order to sell their crops in town, not to the Duras. And Nizam soldiers have attacked on the Kumaraya group and have killed him. So basically, this event has started armed struggle. After the death of the Tikumaria, farmers started fighting against the Doras because they have got enlightened with all the events and they are angry because they are not allowed to sell their crops in the town. If they sell, Nizam soldiers are killing them. So they started going against the Dora. That is the starting point of the armed struggle. So so this was going on in the background, but what happened in the front ground? What happened with the government? What happened with the independence of India? How did it affect the armed struggle? Is what we are going to see. So the next important date is June 12th, 1947. That is just before the Independence Day of India, which is August 15, 1947. On this day, Hyderabad state has been declared as the independent state by Mir Usman Ali Khan. He said Hyderabad state would not merge in India or in Pakistan. It would be the independent country or independent state and it will have its own flag, it will have its own currency. So it doesn't have to do anything with the affairs of the independent India. And then again, on November 29, 1947, Mir Usman Ali Khan has signed a standstill agreement with India. So, when he has signed a standstill agreement with the government India, there were certain conditions put on the governance of the Mir Usman Ali Khan. We'll be discussing about it in the next slide. And then on September 17th, 1948, finally, Mir Usman Ali Khan, the Nizam 7, has surrendered to the government of India by the Operation Polo, which is the military attack. Military attack on the Hyderabad state by government of India. And then, as Nizam has surrendered, then it started J.N. Chowdhury's military government, that is military rule. So J.N. Chowdhury was the commander of the troops of government of India who attacked on one of the commanders basically who attacked on Hyderabad state. Under his rule, military rule has started on September 18th, 1948. And again, on December 1st, 1949, his military rule ended and a civil government under M.K. Vellodi has started. M.K. Vellodi is one of the civil servants from Kerala. You can call it a president rule. As you know, we have a governor who is coming from the other state. The same thing happened. M.K. Vellodi from the Kerala state has come as the head of the civil government for the Hyderabad state on December 1st, 1949. And his government has uh, continued till the general elections. And then finally, Communist Party has declared to stop the armed struggle and they said they'll be contesting in the general elections in 1952. So we'll discuss all these events in detail. So first date, which is July 4th, 1946. So on this date, the Dikumaraya has died. The Dikumaraya has died. And then in 1946, freedom and permission was given to Hyderabad State Congress. As you know, Hyderabad State Congress was not given permission to conduct its meetings. But finally, in 1946, they have given permission to, the Nizam government has given permission to Hyderabad State Congress in order to stop the activities of Communist Party of India. Because, as you already know, Communist Party was fighting for the people and their strength was growing day by day because they were fighting against the feudal lords and the feudal lords were continuously ruling. So basically, they have prohibited Communist Party of India and they have given permission to Hyderabad State Congress in order to boost Hyderabad State Congress and lessen the strength of Communist Party of India. And in July 1946, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel established or set up a meeting with the rulers of princely states. There were 562 rulers of 562 princely states during the independence of India. So before getting the independence to the whole India, India was divided into different parts. Some part of India was ruled by Britishers, and the other part of India was ruled by the princely state. Britishers have given independence to the area ruled by Britishers, but not the area ruled by princely state. So, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, in order to integrate the whole India, has has set up a meeting with all the princely states so that he could establish democracy in the Indian country. So, all the people have attended the meeting, but there were certain conditions put on by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on the governance of the princely states. The first condition was that defense affairs would be taken care of, defense and military affairs would be taken care by the central government and not in the hands of the princely state. That is, princely states are not allowed to maintain their own army. Military will be completely in the hands of the government of India. And then the next thing is all the foreign affairs should also be in the hands of the central government. And the third thing is the currency. There will be a common currency across the subcontinent of India. No, across the country of India. So the local princely states cannot have their own currency. Common currency, common foreign affairs, and common defense and military affairs. So these are the three conditions put forth by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Almost all the princely states have agreed, but four of them did not agree. They are the Hyderabad state, which is Nizam's, and the Kashmir, Junagadh, and Travancore in Kerala. Junagadh in Gujarat. Kashmir, as you know, Jammu and Kashmir. So these four rulers have not agreed to give these powers to the government of India. But there was Hyderabad State Congress which was having their permission got in 1946 and they were handling their affairs in the Hyderabad state. Basically, Hyderabad State Congress has been informing the activities of Nizam to the Congress leader in the center. So, by knowing the Nizam's activities, Congress leaders decided to attack on the Hyderabad state. But even Nizam came to know that government of India would attack on the Hyderabad state. So he wanted to buy some time. So in the meanwhile, Communist Party was establishing self-government at village levels by going against the RAS. That is, Party was fighting in the ground level and establishing self-government in some parts of Hyderabad state. So, in the meanwhile, to buy some time, the Nizam has signed the standstill agreement with the government of India. So, on August 7, these are some more important dates you need to remember. On August 7, 1947, Join India movement was organized by Ramanand Tirtha in the Hyderabad state. On August 15, 1947, Ramanand Tirtha has hoisted the tricolor flag, that is the Indian flag, at Sultan Bazar. And as you know, Padmaja Naidu, who is the daughter of Sarojini Naidu, has hoisted flag on Resident Bhavan. On September 2nd, 1947, an incident took place in a place called Parakala, in which 34 farmers were killed. This incident is also known as Second Jallianwala Bagh, and there's a stupa erected at the place of this incident in Parakala, which is known as Amaradhamam by C.H. Vidyasagar Rao, in the name of his mother's memorial trust, which is Chandrama Memorial Trust. This is the important date you need to remember. The Parakala incident, 34 farmers were killed, and the super erected is known as Amarathamam, and C.H. Vidyasagar Rao has erected the Supa in the name of his mother, Chandrama Memorial Trust. In the single statement, many bits can be, that is, many questions, many multiple choice can be questions can be asked. So these names and dates must be remembered. November 29, 1947. Qasim Rizvi. Qasim Rizvi is the Prime Minister of Nizam. So he gave the idea, he was also the ruler of Razakars. So Razakars who were torturing people on the ground level and killing people on the ground level were headed by Qasim Rizvi. So Qasim Rizvi, who was the PM of Nizam, came to know that India would attack on Hyderabad state. So what he has done is he has suggested Nizam to sign the agreement with the government of India for 1 year, so that he can buy some time and then he can import arms and he can get the army ready or the soldiers ready to fight with the government of India. So, Nizam, the same thing, he has signed the agreement which dated from November 29, 1947 to November 28, 1948. What does standstill agreement basically consist of? First condition is should not buy arms from foreign countries. But Nizam has bought arms from Australia and he has gone against the standstill agreement, and the foreign affairs should be regulated by the central government. But Nizam, as you already know, Nizam has contacted Australia and he has also contacted Pakistan, maybe to take the help of Pakistan in order to fight against the government of India. So he has also violated the second condition and he had a local currency. The third condition is local currency should not be used. He had a local currency known as Holy Sikka. So he has used this currency. So he has violated the third condition also. Basically, he has violated all three conditions. But during the signing of the agreement, K.M. Munshi has been sent to Hyderabad state in order to monitor the actions of the Nizam, and Chettari Nawab from the Hyderabad state has been sent to the center to monitor the actions of center, so that center doesn't attack on Hyderabad state, and Nizam doesn't uh, plan to buy arms or violate these norms against the government of India. So these two people were there, and there was one more person, Narayana Pawar, who was killed by Nizam in December 4th, 1947. He was also known as, I'm sorry, Narayana Pawar basically tried to kill Nizam, but it was failed because Nizam was sitting in the front seat of the car. The back seat was damaged, but Nizam was safe. Basically, he bought bombs from Bombay and thrown on the convoy of Nizam on December 4th, 1947, but the plan failed and Nizam had come out alive. He is known as Telangana Bhagat Singh as he has used violent methods in order to get the independence from the Nizam. And on August 21st, 1948, Shoaibullah Khan, who was also known as Kalam Veerudu, was killed by Razakars because he was writing against Nizam in his newspaper. And then on August 27, 1948, a Bairampalli incident took place in which 84 farmers were killed by 150 Razakars. Basically, 150 Razakars has attacked the village of Bairampalli in order to kill two farmers who went against Nizam. Two farmers were protected in a home, and there were 84 farmers who were protecting them. These 84 farmers were killed by the Razakars, that is the military of Qasim Rizvi. So they have killed the farmers in an incident. This was a very bloodshed incident. And finally, Nizam has complained in the UNO that government of India is interfering in the internal affairs of Hyderabad. So, in order to avoid the warning or in order to avoid the action from the UNO, UNO General Assembly, India has decided to go with the Operation Polo. What is Operation Polo? It is nothing but the police action. It is basically the Godard plan. The Godard plan, that is Godard is a commissioner from UK. He has suggested to attack on the Hyderabad state. Four troops went in different directions to attack in four different directions on the Hyderabad state. J.N. Chowdhury from Solapur reached first. So, total of 25,000 soldiers in divided into four troops have attacked in four different directions, and four troops were headed by different commanders. But what happened was there were Nizam's army can also be divided into two different groups. One is military, and the second one is Razakars. So military was headed by Imroz. So basically, Imroz has backstabbed Nizam, and he did not allow his military to fight against the government of India. He took back his military. So when he took back his military, the four troops directly came to Hyderabad in 4 days. The attack started on 13th September 1948, and they have reached Hyderabad on September 17th, 1948. So Nizam surrendered on September 17th, 1948, which is a Friday. So from here on, military rule started under J.N. Chaudhary. So basically, military rule went on for September 18th, 1948 to December 1st, 1949. After the military rule has started, on February 6, 1949, a farman has issued by J.N. Chaudhary under the name of Nizam, because still the government was under the name of Nizam but ruled by the military people under J.N. Chaudhary. So, under the name of Nizam, he has issued a farman. What does farman say? Abolish survey caste, that is the 10% of land which was used to meet the needs of the royalty which serves the royalty has been abolished. He has abolished the currency Holy Sikka, which was under circulation in Hyderabad state. He has changed the holiday from Friday to Saturday. As it was a Muslim state, Friday is auspicious for Muslim. They had a holiday on Friday, so it was changed to Sunday by this Farman. And he has removed relatives of Nizam from the jobs. People who have gotten the jobs using recommendations and favoritism have been removed, and the jobs have been given according to the rules of the government. And then there was a committee which was set up by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This committee is known as Pandit Sundarlal Committee, as Pandit Sundarlal was the chair of this committee. Members of this committee were Mistry, Ghaffur, Farooq Siyar, and Ambulkar. When the members of this committee were on the ground in the Hyderabad state, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has basically asked to come back in order to stop the committee to survey. So the committee came back and submitted their report as far as they have seen. Committee submitted the report saying that there were many disputes created by the military action among Hindus and Muslims. Around 30 to 40,000 people were killed by the military people under J.N. Chowdhury and under J.N. Chaudhary. This number is according to the report, but it is said that almost 200,000 people, that is 2 lakh people, were estimated to be killed, or more than 2 lakh people were estimated to be killed by the military people, mostly Muslims. So Hindus basically have given shelter to Muslims in order to protect them. This report was not released in those days, but it was released in 2013 when students from Cambridge University were doing research and asked for the report under RTI Act. Basically, Manmohan Singh government has released this report in 2013 when students have asked. So then we came to know that there were many crimes or atrocities committed by the J.N. Chaudhary military rule in the Hyderabad state. So after the committee has submitted their report, Jawaharlal Nehru has abolished the military rule, and he has established the civil government. It is not written here. Civil government on December 4th, 1949. December 4th, 1949, under Vellodi, who is the civil servant from Kerala. So, on Jan 25th, 1950, agreement has been signed between Mir Usman Ali Khan, saying that Mir Usman Ali Khan will be acting as Raj Pramukh and he will be given 1.25 crores as salary every year to Nizam. 1950 to 1956, October 31st. He has acted as a Raj Pramukh. And then on 1951, because elections were going to happen in 1952, Pujjalipanli Sundaraya has decided to break the armed struggle and, and take part in the general elections. The other members of the Communist Party have not agreed to this, but Bojjalapalli Sundaraya has forged their signs and submitted the letter to Lenin saying that they'll stop the armed struggle and participate in the elections. But the central government has put a ban on the Communist Party before they participate in the elections. So, what happened to the Communist Party and where did the leaders go? We will studying in the next lecture. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Please, after reading the video, if you want me to slow down, comment it. And if you want to understand it more clearly, go back to the textbook or Google. Google can also, because there are not many textbooks for Telangana movement, you can go to Google. For example, I said let us take an issue of, yeah, Sundarlal Committee. So when I said Sundarlal Committee, you can go to Google, type Sundarlal Committee and know about Sundarlal Committee. We have question about Razakars. You can go and see about Razakars on Google. Google can be your best friend in this case. So thank you for the opportunity. If you want any lecture in detail about any other topic, please do comment. And here signing off, Smart Classes.